Hi, everybody. I think I'm live. I can't tell because Facebook changed their format. So you just get to look at me going, what is she doing? What's she about to talk about? Hi, it's Monday. Yay. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. The Mox did. We kind of took it easy, did a little yard work, but it wasn't back breaking or anything like that. Just cleaning up, here and there and whatnot so we can enjoy the outside. So, before I get into essential oil talk, I kind of want to share with you what I learned over the weekend. I came across some program on PBS. I couldn't tell you, it was right in the middle of it. And of course, it was about the coronavirus. So I was like, ooh, let me hear what this is going to be about. So, because knowledge is power, man. When you know better, you do better. So, I caught it right at the point where they were explaining what this thing is. And I was like, ooh, good, because I have no idea. So, what it is a pathogen. Yeah, I think we all know that. And it enters into our body through the mouth and the nose, so far that I know of. Touching our face, I'm sure, is part of it. Look, I'm touching my face. Um, so what it does is it's hanging out in our body, and our cells are like, trying to find chemical molecules to tell it what to do because it knows it has a function. And it comes across this coronavirus, this little round thing, and it's like, hey, let's hang out. And Corona's like, I'm in, let's just do it, let's hang out. So the coronavirus attaches to the cell. And then they kind of hang out. They're like a little party, let's get together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the coronavirus decides, I want to control everything about you. And it does. It just manages everything. That cell has no power. It's basically like John Malkoviching a cell, like for real. That's what's happening. Just takes over the cell. And the cell has like, oh my God, I can't really do what I'm supposed to be doing. So it just has to sit there and be controlled by this coronavirus. And then what ends up happening is that after a while, it like produces more of itself within the cell, and then it just kind of bursts out or whatever. At least that's how the little graphic displayed it. And it just flies around and then basically photocopies and attaches itself to the next cell it can find. That's how it works. It's so crazy. But here's the kicker. Um, they kind of went more into details about the some side effects of a very bad side effects, because we've been hearing, or at least I have, that people are having trouble breathing. That's one of the symptoms. So then they went into detail about that. So what ends up happening is that we have these sacs in our lungs, and those poor things, that's the sacs main job, is to send the oxygen from the lungs to the brain. That's their only function, is to do that, get that oxygen up to the brain. Well, obviously, the coronavirus is there and our body can detect that, so it knows what's up. So it starts to inflame. There's an inflammation because that's how our body works to protect itself. It just becomes inflamed. And then the next thing that happens is our bodies produce these antibodies that just pew, pew, pew come down and try to help the sacs recover from not functioning right. But it's so much of it that it's just too much. And the poor sacs just kind of literally become paralyzed and just don't work anymore. So then people are like, really can't, it feels like, I can imagine like being suffocated, and that cannot be fun at all, and painful. Oh, painful. It's got to be. Any inflammation, like when we feel pain, that is inflammation. Yikes. Okay, so that was kind of scary. But now we know, and knowing's half the battle, right? So they did talk about the immune system, so I kind of wanted to touch on that. So basically, we got these cells, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they called it, but they just said the immune system. So there's this big blobby thing floating around in our body, and it absorbs the coronavirus and gets rid of it. But that's all they talked about. I didn't. After a while, I kind of changed the channel, just to be honest with you. So I didn't really finish the show, but they've been re-airing it over and over. I caught it again a second time, on the same spot too. So yeah, you should check it out. It was on PBS yesterday, so check your local listings and see what show that was. Sorry, I didn't stick around and check, but whatever. I thought that was cool, and I wanted to share with you. So now let's get into the fun stuff. Hi, everyone that's joined in. Sorry, I don't know who's here because Facebook changed their thing, and I have no idea who's watching. So thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. So yeah, let me tell you what I was doing last week. So in the kitchen at school, we had to do a buttload of spaghetti dinners, like for lunches, I mean, sorry. Which means a lot of scooping of pasta noodles into trays and then, you know, over and over and over until all the meat sauce was gone. And there was like bags and bags and bags and bags and bags. Took 2 days, 3 hours straight scooping. After 2 car accidents, getting rear-ended, my wrists are jagged up. In fact, I don't know if you can see, I've got this wicked bump right there. That was from when I got rear-ended in the Mini Cooper, the little Mini Cooper. For those of y'all that remember when I had the little red one, a doctor looked at it and was like, "Yeah, that doesn't look right." And then I never made another appointment. But it doesn't bother me. But my wrist will, after being worked over and over like that, whoo, not a good time for me. So as soon as I got home, what did I reach for? I'll tell you, world of difference. I feel fine. I can do whatever, and there's no soreness or achiness, and it's awesome. So all weekend long, I grabbed my Deep Blue Rub lotion, my Frankincense, and I'll explain why, and Copaiba. So here's why I chose these three. So first of all, frankincense is just a booster. And any ailment you have, reach for Frank, and it's going to do what it needs to do. Copaiba I picked because it helps with pain, reduce pain. I'm sorry, the science is not coming to me right now. Receptors. It blocks the pain receptors. Kind of like the same concept as CBD oil for those of y'all that done your research on that, or you have friends that sell that. They probably told you how that works. This works the same way. However, it doesn't have any trace of THC because it comes from a tree, not from a cannabis plant. Just the difference. And then Deep Blue Rub, I added that in there, the lotion, just a pea size, like literally like this much, boom, bah, like that. And then I did a drop of each of those, and I just applied to my wrists like a so. And let me tell you, wow, it really helped a lot. And I never had this before. I would have to put on like a wrist brace, something, or like not move it. But because of the power of these oils in these bottles, I'm good. I'm solid. And I didn't have to buy anything because I already have it. Super cheap. Anyway, all right. So that helped me. So if you have any kind of joint pain, wrists, knees, ankles, whatever, elbows, hit me up. I've got a solution for you. Okay. Real quickly before I jump off, I am going to teach a essential oils made easy class this Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific time. If you have experienced any kind of oil, I don't care what kind, Young Living, doTERRA, the stuff at Sprouts, because that's what I used to buy. Pop on in, listen up. You'll learn 3 cool things about doTERRA essential oils, the 3 ways to safely and effectively use them, and some extra stuff on the top oils that everybody turns to for everyday needs. So yeah, that's what you'll learn. The 3 types of people that come to my class and become a member, I'll share you those 3 types because you're one of those, whether you know it or not. And then, yeah, there'll be like a little home business overview at the very end for those that want to stick around and learn about that, because people like to make money and I want to help you make money. Okay, and then next week, I'm just throwing it out there. I've got a buttload of one-on-one appointments available, opened, ready for anyone that wants to sit down and chat with me over Zoom. And we could just talk, BS. We don't even have to talk about oils. If you just want to take an appointment and hang out with me on Zoom, I'm totally down for that. Okay, you guys, that's it. I will share all that information in the comments. Thank you, everyone, for popping in and joining me today. Have an amazing week. Kick some butt out there and wear your freaking mask now that you know, because knowing's half